This was definitely not the blow that 36-year-old Nikhil Khanna was expecting from his wife. Yes, it was a zor ka jhatka that landed such a lethal blow that this Vyapari from Pune lost his life when his Dharam Patni Renuka punched him right into his face, knocking him down forever. Renuka Jakar Khanna, who goes by the moniker Boss Lady on Instagram for her 900 followers, is also taken a travel enthusiast, no doubts there, loves her girls and finally says, live and let live. See, didn't I tell you Insta was all fake? And this bizarre story from Pune about Pati Patni or Dubai proves it lock, stock, and barrel, where a wife took the punchline Habibi, come to Dubai to a whole new level by boxing her own Pati to death just because he refused to take her to Sanyukt Arab Emirates' most glittering city, this is Dubai, for her Janamdin on 18 September. But this incident occurred 2 months later on 24th November by when the domestic fight between this Dampati was no longer domestic. It had turned into a full-blown wild west as Renuka had repeatedly been let down by her pati. Padosis of this Pati Patni say there was less pyar and more takrar between Mr. and Mrs. Khanna for quite some time now. Perhaps she no longer felt he loved her with tan, man and dhan. But before you think this is a dramatic Zulmo Sitam ki kahani of an Abla Bhartiya Nari, then you couldn't be more wrong than Mamta Banerjee's pronunciations.
Amba hamba ramba ramba kamba kamba. Dumba dumba bumba bumba bamba bamba.
Well, if you believe it, then the reasons for this aparadh are more shocking than Arvind Kejriwal's poll promises. And at the top spot is the fact that Nikhil did not take Renuka to Dubai for her big birthday bash. Another gore paap that he did was not showering her with महंगे gifts on their शादी की सालगिरह on 5th of November.
हीरों पर नहीं बल्कि हाथ बनाने वाले रब पर यकीन होना चाहिए.
And in a final blow, quite literally in this case, this pati made a janleva decision of dilly-dallying about taking his patni to Delhi for her bhatiji's big birthday bash in December. Now with so much atyachar, this nar felt quite lachar and ended up unleashing such a bloody war on her own husband that he lost his life.
Sajan ji ghar aaye, Sajan ji ghar aaye.
But if you thought this was a spur of the moment Hatya, then maybe that's only an Ardha Satya, meaning half truth. Now apparently this Mia Bibi who became Razi without a Kazi in a love marriage 6 years back were never really a Sukhi Parivar except on Instagram of course, where everything always is Achhe Din. Her own Sasur, Dr. Pushparaj, told the police that Renuka would always have an unban not only with her bay but also with the bais. Yes, she would have constant takrar with not only her gharwala but also the kamwala. As a result, all of them would leave her faster than liberals left Twitter after Elon Musk took it over. And you will be quite ascharya-chakit to know that this is not the first time that Renuka had taken the matters in her own hands and beaten up her Pati Parmeshwar Raparap and Gapagap. Giving a blow-by-blow account of their Vichitra Rishta, Nikhil's father Dr. Pushparaj said his beta and Bahu observed their wedding anniversary on 5th of November, but his Bahu Renuka was dukhi because Nikhil did not give her the Keemti Tofa of her choice. Now in a shocking revelation, he said Renuka had turned to Hatapai with Nikhil at that time as well and assaulted him. But he said they managed to broker peace between them that lasted less than Uddhav Thackeray's term as the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. And once again, it was Baat Ka Batangar all over again when Renuka's plan to go to Sadi Delhi to attend her Bhatiji's big birthday bash looked more difficult than keeping Urfi Javed out of trouble. Now Dr. Pushparaj said, and I quote, she was angry that Nikhil was not confirming the travel plans nor arranging of flight tickets. And obviously this was leading to more fights between them than inside the house of Big Boss 17. But 24th November became the Black Friday of their lives when Dr. Saab got a call from his Behki Hui Bahu asking him to come home fast as this Lugai had yet another ladai with his Lagla. He told the police, and I quote word to word, I rushed home and when I was in the parking, I received another call from Renuka where she told me, it's very urgent, Papa, come quickly. When I entered the room, I saw that my son was lying on the floor naked and blood was coming out of his nose and mouth. Being a doctor, Pushparaj said he removed the blood clots from Nikhil's mouth and also tried giving him CPR. But there was no response. So he rushed his beta to the hospital with the help of some security guards, but it was too late. No amount of dua or dawa could now help Nikhil because he was soon to be dead. But if you thought this is where the bizarreness of this story ends, then you couldn't be more wrong than all of us who thought India was winning the World Cup this time. So the police suspect that Renuka might have attacked her pati with a blunt object and that she may have been under sharab ka nasha at the time of this fight. Senior PI Sanjay Patange has gone on record to say that they suspect that Renuka was under the influence of alcohol. He further said, and I quote, "It could be a hard punch or an assault by a blunt object." Then giving a Dexter-like analysis of the Mokai Vardat, PI Patange says, "The blood may have accumulated in the air channel and blocked his breathing. We are waiting for the post-mortem report." And then he ends with the statement that haunts every justice seeker in India for years on end. "We are investigating the matter." Now let me tell you, if there was an object in this guna, then it's still lapata, as the police have not yet found anything, but the primary finding of the post-mortem report is out. It says that Nikhil had suffered a head injury and that was the cause of the death. Now revisiting the Ghatnakram and the day of the Vardat, it has been reported that the deadly fight between this not-so-jugal jodi had started on Friday 24th November in the afternoon. But at around 1:30 baje, Renuka rained a deadly blow on her balam's face that resulted in his death. Now can you believe that not being able to go to Dubai or Delhi was so bad for Renuka that she punched her pati so hard that its impact broke his jaw in fact. Did she have a 2.5 kilo ka haath or what? Because picture this, it has been reported that some of Nikhil's teeth fell out and he fell to the ground due to the force of the impact of that blow. After that, of course, he became behosh, leaving Renuka squarely in the dosh. Apparently, the killer Bahu Renuka panicked after punching her shohar and even tried to revive him, but the damage was already done. She then called her Sasur and told him, "It's very urgent, Papa, come quickly." And wait, there are more unbelievable shockers in this story than the collection figures of Salman and Shah Rukh's films. Now, this is what Dr. Pushparaj told the police in his statement. "When I entered the room, I saw my son was lying on the floor naked and he was bleeding from his nose and mouth." But naked? Why was he naked? Again, things are not adding up, much like the collection of Brahmastra and Pathan. Nikhil was taken to Sassoon Hospital after the incident, but it was too late. He died in the hospital while receiving medical care. For now, Renuka has been booked under Dafa 302 ke tehet for murder, but apparently this Qatil Hasina is too shocked to speak now. She is currently in the Hawalat, where she's been remanded to police custody till November 28th. Yes, from the posh and upscale Ganga Satellite Housing Society in Pune straight to jail, and for what? This story amuses me, shocks me, angers me, baffles me all at the same time. A love marriage, educated couple, well off. The man was a businessman in the construction industry. His mother runs a school in Nanapet in Pune, and his father is a reputed doctor with a clinic to his name. And look at the pictures and the videos of this couple. This is exactly the kind of crime that could have been avoided. If you don't get what you want, if you're not happy, just leave. Guys, understand, divorce is not a problem, it's a solution. Yes, in such cases, taking talaq is being chalak. Very chalak, bro. And these are affluent people, not some deprived lower middle class couple. There was so much life and opportunities ahead of both of them and their parivars, and it all ended in one deadly blow. And for the love of God, I still cannot believe that a trip to Dubai, Delhi or material gifts could cause such a big tragedy. It's unfathomable. If all of this is indeed how it went, then this woman needs help more than the punishment. And if you need help with your hair problems, then the 40% off is still on right here only on this channel with the 3-month supply of the It Really Works hair growth vitamins. Now you can just use the promo code RONAK40 and a full 40% of the amount will be knocked off from your bill. Link to order is in the description as well. For now, let us know your thoughts about this story in the comments. Now a humble request, please check if you have subscribed and hit the bell icon for this channel. YouTube is out to kill it and only you can save it. So I sincerely request you to like, share and subscribe and comment especially on this story. All I can do is request you, but as always, even if you don't do any of these things, thank you so much for watching this one. Please take care of yourself and those around you. Jai Hind. Uncut videos are on my Twitter, which is @RonakKotecha. You can go and check it out over there. I cannot take the risk of showing it to you over here on YouTube.
जब खाइल हुए हिमालय खतरे में पड़े आजादी, जब तक थी सांस लड़े हो फिर अपनी लाश बिछा दी, संगीन पे धर पर माथा सो गए अमर बलिदानी।